Hi, my name's Jack Soul. Welcome to this full pedalboard walkthrough of my gigging pedalboard. This is actually the second video in a 3-part video series all about pedalboards. The first video, which is already up on my YouTube channel, is a full walkthrough of my studio pedalboard. This one, as I said, is video 2, all about my gigging pedalboard. And the third video is a how-to video on building pedalboards. We're going to be talking about power supplies, cables, the actual pedalboard, even layout of the pedalboard and pedal choices. I'm so excited. I love talking about this stuff, and I'm going to teach you all the things that I did wrong so that you don't have to make the same mistakes. You can just learn from what I did. But this is video number 2 of my gigging pedalboard, so let's get to it. Alright, so let's get into the signal chain. As always, it starts with my Fender Telecaster and goes right into my gigging pedalboard and to my Fender Supersonic amp. I'm really excited to talk through my gig board, and I think it has so much to offer, and it has some of my favorites as we'll walk through. So the Fulltone OCD is where we're going to start, and that's a pedal that I've had for quite some time now, over 10 years. It's just got such a nice sound to it. And you know what? I have it in the low setting, and it's got such a range to it. But I always have that one on because it can clean up really well with soft picking, but then get really gritty and everywhere in between. So I always keep that one on. And then I use the Morning Glory as a solo boost and a second stage overdrive. So that's where I'll usually keep it. I kind of set it to around the same voicing and then just make it a boost. So the Morning Glory and the OCD have been a mainstay for so long. I love them as a combo, as a duo. And I am just so comfortable with these pedals that no matter where I put my amp volume for the gig that I'm at. So whether it's a small hall or a bigger venue, I'm so good at dialing these two in. And you guys actually just watched me because I kind of plugged up my board for this rundown, and I didn't have them equalized yet. So you guys just kind of watched how I think about pairing them up. And I'm so used to them, it's a quick process. So now we go up to the zoom, and if you've watched any of the other videos on my channel, it makes an appearance every once in a while, as its versatility is really amazing, and I've thought that for quite some time now. And the setting that I have it on usually is usually a chorus or a vibrato on this board, as well as when I press it down I get my tuner, so that's what I use for a tuner. But here's the vibrato sound. And this is just a hall reverb. And I think that it just sounds really good. I like kind of that, you know, it's a predictable vibrato, and I think it has such a great sound to it. And yeah, go ahead, there's so much to the zoom, but I use it for all my modulation. So you heard kind of the intro, and that's where all the modulation comes from, aside from, you know, stuff that's stuck with the Big Sky and Timeline delay Lamma. There's some modulation there as well, but that's where most of my modulation comes from. And we can usually for my chorus sound, I'll just use the this chorus. They sound quite similar. So that is the Zoom MultiStomp, and again, it has octave, or it has, you know, so much, but that's what I'm using for right now. So that's what we're gonna use on this walkthrough. And next, the MultiStomp goes to the delay Lamma. So the delay Lamma is actually the delay I use the most, and I have a vibrato delay setting pulled up here. And here's what it sounds like. It's a really great sound, and this setting has been really inspiring me. My second setting here gets really fun with a slapback delay. like that. So that's pretty much what I'm using on the delay Lamma right now. It's a really inspiring pedal, and well, actually, this is a isolated vibrato, so it's just the vibrato I tried to take away all the time. That's kind of neat. I really liked how easy it was to kind of just isolate that vibrato sound. But then the last one is a really one of the time interval based effects from the delay Lamma. And I really like this sound, and I like partnering it up with some other stuff. That's just definitely one of those sounds that I can't get enough of, for sure. And moving on to the Strymon timeline. Now, the timeline and the Big Sky are a classic duo, but there's just something so right about these two pedals that it's hard to deny how long they've been talked about as great effects pedals, where else other fads have come and gone, but these ones have really stood the test of time, and there's a reason for that. And I'm really glad to have them on my gig board, because I think that they do some really neat sound design stuff, just like the LBX and the Mercury X, which is on my studio board. But I think that they are just so practical to use. The user interface is so practical that it makes it easy to throw big, amazing, capable pedals on your board, but still be able to tweak it in a live scenario and not get too confused or carried away. So, but this is what I'm using right now on the timeline. So a pretty simple delay. So this just has so much going on that I love, and the simplicity of that delay algorithm just kind of gets out of the way of your playing, but just complements what's going on. And then, of course, as you may have watched my studio board, I love dotted eighth delay, so... Again, it just does everything exactly how you want it to be done. So, Strymon timeline, there's so much going on here, but that's what I'm using right now. I'll use this one kind of on solos. When I want to add something a little bit extra, and I'll use this dotted eighth on rhythm parts. And coming up on the home stretch here, I have the Strymon Big Sky. And again, this was a pedal that was a pedal that I've always wanted, so I'm glad to be able to have it now and to be able to play around with it. And the sounds that I am going for right now, I have 3 main presets, and my first one is a pretty simple hall. And that's always super inspiring to use, even partnered up with the chorus. And then here is my spring. And last but not least is my big ambient reverb. yeah, again, the Big Sky has so many really, really inspiring reverbs, and that's what makes the Big Sky and the Timeline such a awesome tool to have on my gig board. Now, last but not least, I have the Flamma drum loop. This is just an interesting pedal. So I always like to have a looper on my pedal board because I like to practice to loopers and be able to suss out parts, and it's just a really neat thing to have on your board. And the blooper on my studio board always keeps me inspired for sure. But there's something to be said about this Flamma drum loop. This looper has 20 minutes of loop time, which is a monstrous amount, and the drum, part of it is interesting. Like, I wouldn't say that I'm gonna go to the studio and use that as my drummer or anything, but I do like to practice with it. And when you're using the looper and drum machine together, you can use them separate, but when you're using them together, it even gives you a count in, which I think is really cool. And I'll just kind of show you how it works. So, again, as a practice tool, it's been awesome. And you know what? They're not that expensive, so it doesn't break the bank to try it out. But that being said, it's you can use the looper without the drum effects as well. So I think right there it's worth it. You can do undo and redo, and or maybe just undo, and then like you saw, it's all about how many taps you do. And so one tap equals start. Another tap is playback. A double tap is stop the loop. And holding it deletes the loop. So if you're willing to put in a night class on how to use that pedal, how many taps equal what, then you'll be really happy with it, I think. And it's stereo in and out. Great pedal. So ultimately, that's what I'm using on the board right now on my gigging pedal board, and it's just been an absolute machine. It's been super reliable. Under the board, I have my one spot CS12. As you can even see from the top down camera, like, not all my chords are very good. Like, I went all out on my studio board. So my gigging pedal board has kind of the leftover cords, but they're all cable tested, ready to go. They don't move too much. They've been working amazing, and that's some room for upgrade in the future. So if you have any suggestions or things that you have questions about this gig board, feel free to leave them down in the comments. Feel free to comment if you're using any of these pedals and really enjoy them, or some recommendations for this board in the future. Again, I'm really just having a ton of fun playing around with what I have, and this gig board again has been awesome tool for writing some original stuff lately. So feel free to watch the other videos in this series that I did, this 3-video series, and watch the other videos that I have on these effects pedals. I have lots about the zoom in my multi-effects pedal video, and I have a video on the delay llama, videos on the Strymon and Bake Sky coming soon. I'm so excited. Thanks again for stopping by. It means the world to me, and we'll see you in the next one.